Anyway, another tradition here in our house at the Boston Pops, a tradition that predates me, is the reading of Clement Clarke Moore's classic poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, better known perhaps as "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." Since its publication in an upstate New York newspaper in 1823, it has gone on to become perhaps one of the best recognized poems in the English language. But we have somebody with their own unique perspective on that, I believe, tonight. Her name is Dr. Gina Barreca. She is apparently she's a friend of all of yours. We just met, but professor of English at UConn, a member of the Friars Club, a columnist for the Hartford Courant, Psychology Today, and the Huffington Post. She has been called a feminist humor maven by Ms. Magazine and very, very funny for a woman by Dave Barry. Her books have been translated into 8 languages, and her latest work is titled It's Not That I'm Bitter, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying About Visible Panty Lines and Conquer the World, published by St. Martin's Press. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Gina Barreca.
"'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. I'm sorry, but that's wrong. It's the night before Christmas, or Hanukkah, or any other holiday, including birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, junior proms. You can bet there's going to be somebody stirring, and it's going to be a woman. And in my house, it was literal. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. There were 16 aunts, all weighing 950 pounds, all topping out at 3'6", dressed in floral outfits. They look like ottomans. The only thing missing was the button on the top of the head. They were stirring. They were stirring. They were making sauce for the family of 116 that were coming the next day. So people are stirring. But in whatever house somebody is stirring, it's the woman. She's not asleep. She's on the phone with her sister-in-law, asking her to bring folding chairs. She's having another Pinot. Not that I'm bitter. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, guess by who, in hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, and I in my kerchief, Papa in his cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. I'm sorry, that's not true. I just explained that, but we'll continue. We really will. When out on the lawn, there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window, I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up in the sash. No, I have to. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer with a little old driver. I'm sorry. That's old in men years, right? Because to be old in women years is to be like 26. To be old in women years is like you have to be as old as Taylor Swift. Santa must be older even than Tony Bennett. But just like Tony Bennett, he has women hanging around, right? Women who go around with the mistletoe and want to kiss Santa, who call him Santa baby. But I'm not bitter. I'm not. So lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount up to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur. No. I think Santa's now switched to non-fur items. PETA was giving him a hard time, and the reindeer are now free-range, homeschooled, and grass-fed. So he was dressed from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished and ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke had encircled his head like a wreath. The patch didn't work. He had a broad face and a round belly that shook when he laughed. Like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread, so I put away the mace. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk and laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all being genuinely inclusive so that everybody gets to celebrate and feel welcome during the season so that nobody in stores or anywhere in the tri-state area, including Rhode Island, is bitter. And to all, a good night."